Hello everybody, my name is Katrinka, I'm a professional singer and a vocal coach, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna be reacting to one of my most favorite teen years band from my teen years. English is broken today. My faves were definitely bands like Rasmus. I really loved My Cam, I really loved Apocalyptica. There's just plethora of groups that I really loved at my teenage years, but there was one particular band that their leader, I absolutely adored, and it's Amy Lee. I fell in love with her horribly. Like, she was probably my first big singer crush when it came to metal. And I fangirl about her for a good 10 years now, I think. So it's just, I love her songs, the way she sings, her technique. I think she's just so incredibly unique. But at the same time, I really need to admit I haven't ever seen them live because I lived in a very tiny country and they never toured there. And I was super young for my parents to let me travel. So I always just listened to their, studio recordings. And today we are gonna be listening to Bring Me to Life live. So I'm so ready. If you are interested in everything music and singing related, this is the place for you, so do not forget to subscribe. We are closing in 100k subscribers, which is just crazy, and if you're gonna help me on my way, I will really appreciate it. It almost looks like we're gonna be able to get there before Christmas, so it would be an amazing Christmas gift for me. And if you're interested in more music and personal content, don't forget to follow me on Instagram for everything that you are not gonna find on YouTube. And now, without any further ado, Amy Lee with Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, the long hair. Also, have you ever... Oh, I'm gonna be fangirling the whole video, just get ready for it already. She has such a beautiful smile at the same time, like such a very soft face. I really appreciate that she's playing a lot on her piano on the live concerts, from what I've heard. Oh my god, she sounds like a siren. Like really, it sounds haunting, but at the same time really like beautiful. Okay, I love that they made a little prequel to the beginning of the song, because once these hit, just empty it up a little bit. God, so many memories. I really need to make sure that I will actually analyze and listen to her voice, because I'm just gonna dive into the song. I know that I cannot listen to this song without like literally getting lost completely, so I have to be very cautious. The very beginning was beautiful. What I found out is that Flora uses this a lot in her performances too. It's such a beautiful way to transition or start the performance with this really ethereal, straight tones. No vibrato, nothing, just very thin, very light, straight tones. They are just hauntingly beautiful. A lot of them were connected. I don't know if you realize it, but lots of them were very tightly connected, so she really spared a lot of breath there. this video is louder than others. Amy herself already has quite a nasal quality to her voice, but what she is doing is that she has a very typical technique for her. If you would put like a finger on her nose, you would feel a lot of resonance. It's because her technique is to put a lot of resonance into this part of her face. That's where the sound resonates the most. Thanks to that, it's a very thin and very well controlled. From my experience, singers with this kind of technique where they leave it resonate in their head a lot and keep it very thin, have a better pathway into the really higher registers. She's just very rarely completely opening her sound. It's usually keeping it very here, very thin. It sounds a little nasal. It's super, super typical for her. If you would hear her voice anywhere, you would know that that's Amy Lee. What I like about her is that she doesn't feel any need to yell. Like, she is not really pushing too hard. Most of her time, she's really playing with a very, very middle and a very quiet volume to her voice, which is just very good choice because you really don't need to amp it up. I absolutely love how atypical her singing is and the whole technique and the choices that she's making, and I love it about her. She made her style just so original and so easy to spot and recognize, and that's incredible about her. See, this is so light. This was less nasal, you could tell. She dropped her jaw, she literally opened everything, and you could hear how slightly different the color was over there. It was a little bit different than when she's using her very nasal kind of voice. This was very much needed because without dropping the jaw and really letting it open, she would be more struggling with such an open, beautiful, bright belt. No, she growled. Oh god, she crawled. Not crawled, growled. She growled, and oh god, it was so cute. Can I just replay it real fast? She growled. And basically, it sounds exactly like if I would growl, you know? I call it a piss kitten sound. Well pronounced. so good at really having that inner feeling of where to really, you know, push it and where to really pull away a little bit. She has just such an intricate feeling for how to really push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. Like, oh my God. Nice. Again, open. Or I get lost in these kind of songs. I feel like the songs from your youth are those that when you hear them, you just immediately are in the zone, which just happens to me. Like, those are the songs from my youth, and it's just like, I hear them and my mind just clicks. The way she lets her voice just resonate in her head is just such a smart choice to do. Instead of pushing it and really exhausting herself, she is really, you know, working with her energy very smartly. She's working with her breath very smartly, and she's just rather pushing it in the head where she has way better control of that, with way better grasp over it. Her makes and head voice are strong enough to really carry the song. She's not shouting, she is adding just that precise nice amount of heaviness just in a certain parts of the phrases. And what's even more important is that this type of singing, this type of sound just made her legendary. Like, she is so well recognizable, and as an artist, that's just so important actually. When she has a very thin tightened fold, sometimes she adds a little bit of heaviness, and that creates a sound that just comes out extremely emotional, because it's way more heavy in comparison to the thin parts. But at the same time, from technical point of view, it lets her do such a beautiful light diffusions, but at the same time, like, really push and pull, amp it up, and then, you know, diffuse it like almost seamlessly. She's one of those masters of control who just doesn't start building and never stop. She builds and then she goes super soft, builds and super soft. Like, she's constantly keeping you on your tippy toes. She had two very relaxed open builds, and you see that in those parts she wasn't keeping it tight and like really thin, but at those parts she did not hesitate. She completely opened her mouth, dropped the jaw, and let it really shine and make it a really beautiful open build. Cause she is a technical singer, she knows that that choice is the best from technical point of view to make it just sound the best as possible. The way she's working with her voice is that she's adding a lot of different like shades into her tone quality, and that's truly amazing because all of them are recognizable for her. She is not a very distortion kind of metal singer. It's absolutely okay. I'm super happy that she is actually not one of those that use tons of distortion or doesn't use distortion whatsoever. And she just used this beautiful angelic voice that just adds so much of a charm, adds so much of the magic on top of that really harsh and hard kind of music. Yeah, and definitely in certain parts I definitely forgot to analyze. I was just listening because that song is just incredibly good. Yeah, my adoration for Amy just skyrocketed even more than before. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this performance. I really did, even though I had to like really compose myself and make sure that I listen to her technical side of singing and not just like, oh, to that banger of a song. And I hope you enjoyed the video too. If you did, don't forget to subscribe because we're closing on those 100K, which is crazy, and I never thought we're ever gonna get there. And don't forget to type that notification bell because I heart and answer most of the first comments. But for now, stay safe and healthy, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.